Troy Williamson defends his British Super Welterweight Championship against the pretty boy Josh Kelly. Who wins? Find out Friday, December the 2nd, 9 p.m, live and free on Channel 5.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed at my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here in Newcastle. With me I've got the North East's own Big Steve Robinson. Steve, what's happening, big man?
Good mate, how are you? How's things?
I'm very, very good. I love, as you know, I love coming up to the North East, man. It's a great boxing crowd up here in the North East. And I've been speaking off camera with you about your fight against my fellow countryman and Nick Campbell. You're both giant men, 6'6", 6'7". You both can hit. It's going to be a tasty little fight for two fighters in the fledgling of their pro careers.
Yeah, I knew what I needed to do. After that loss, I knew I needed to step it up. And Nick is taking the fight on. Hats off to Nick for taking that fight. And I'm sure he'll say the same, because I'm sure he's been struggling to get fights. He's been inactive as well. He's not fought since the Jay McFarlane fight. So it's a fight, I think, that He'll take to the next stage of a career. There's too many boxers worried about mollycoddling the record and getting sort of 15, 16, 17-0, coming across somebody and then getting beat. What's the point in doing that? This is a fight that'll take whoever gets the win. It'll take to the next step of a career and the next level of a career. So.
Well, I'll be speaking to the heavyweights on the card, the young heavyweights in Franklin Ignatius, Matty Harris, and Hosea Stewart. I've been talking to them about the guys like you, 4, 5, 6-0, 7-0. There's a gap in that sort of heavyweight market now, that division, when Tyson retires, because he's in 30s. You've got White's in his late 30s, you've got Wilder in his late 30s, you've got Joshua in his late 30s, you've got Chisora in his late 30s, you've got Usyk in his late 30s. I know you're not as young as these 21, 22-year-olds, Steve, but you are young in terms of heavyweight fights. Now, there's a gap there, so beating Nick Campbell, all going well on the 17th of December, that puts you up there with them Fabio Wardleys almost, Johnny Fishers and stuff like that. It's a tough fight, but have you thought about the future?
Definitely. Listen, I wouldn't be in the sport if I didn't think about the future, if I didn't think, and everybody wants to be something in the sport. That's what we do the sport for. We don't do it for the love of the sport, because if you love getting punched in the face, there's something wrong with you. Do you know what I mean? So we do it to become someone, to become something, to make a legacy. And every day I wake up and come out of bed, I've overachieved in what I thought I would do. I've got that loss on my record now, so there's no pressure on me. All these up and comers have got so much pressure about losing that zero, because I know how much that affects you mentally, and I know how much it affects you, with the messages you receive, with everything that comes on. It didn't affect me because I was never asked about that zero. I was never asked about, because everything I've done in the sport, I've overachieved. And I always got told of my mum, shoot for the moon, and if you miss the moon, you've hit the stars. And that sticks with me every single day, because every day I wake up, every day I step in the gym, I'm doing more than what 90% of people would ever dream about doing. And all these dickheads on social media, all these arseholes who will sit and message people without no thought about what the messages do to that person mentally, it says what type of character they are. So for me, as I say, coming into the 17th, Nick Campbell's got so much more to lose than me. So much more to lose. And that zero is such a big thing to too many boxers, and it shouldn't be about that. You need to see where you're at, and start stepping it up quickly, because it's not a longevity sport. It's not football where you can play for 15, 16 years. You're in the sport for 5, 6 years, unless you're the odd sort of Mayweather type who doesn't take as many knocks. But in this heavyweight division, you haven't got 15 years in the sport.
Well, Nick Campbell, he's 5-0, 5 knockouts, so I'm going to assume that Big Nick's going to want to become 6-0 and 6 knockouts. So he's going to, like you say, the heavyweight division only takes one punch, so he's proved that he can punch a little bit. Are you expecting a tough fight?
Yeah, listen, if he'll be the first to ever knock me down, never mind knock us out. So if he does that, hats off to him. But that's not going to happen. I really don't see that happening, and I wouldn't be where I am, I wouldn't be in the sport if I didn't believe in myself. Am I the greatest boxer? No, but I've got a lot of heart. I'm fit, and I'll be on your chest for the whole 8 rounds, and I can't see a knockout happening from Nick, to be honest. But we'll
Can we see a knockout happening from you?
Obviously, that's what I'm going for. Of course, I am. I'm going for the knockout. You don't get paid for overtime in the sport, so I'd be lying if I didn't say that I'm gonna be going for the knockout. Yes, and unless I'm taken out there on an ambulance, I'm not leaving that ring until my arm's lifted.
I do want to get your thoughts since you're a big heavyweight, and the big heavyweight clash this weekend, Tyson Fury against Chisora happening on Saturday night. Yeah, your thoughts?
It's just, it's a waste of time in my eyes, and again, Derek's doing well what he's doing, and he's getting these big fights still, and fair play to him. But I think obviously Tyson just wanted another fight, another payday, and why not? Why not? People are paying to go and see him, and he's doing it for, again, just for the fans, and fair play to him. But I can't see Derek Chisora doing anything with Tyson, to be totally honest. But like we said, it takes one shot. It's heavyweight boxing. We've seen it with a lot of people. So he's got a fight has chance, he's got a punch has chance, but I can't see him doing anything.
And final, when you got a message for Nick Campbell?
I haven't. I'm not that way inclined. Good luck, and I'll see you on the 17th.
That's all I wanted. That's what you implying now. What you call him out? Freedom. Now listen, good luck on the 17th, and it's hard for me to go against my fellow jocks, but listen, I love you, Big Steve. Listen, you're an absolute gentleman, and good luck on the 17th, man, and well done for taking it. Cheers, buddy. Cheers.
Midnight on Channel 5. Troy Williamson defends his British Super Welterweight Championship against the pretty boy Josh Kelly. Who wins? Find out Friday, December the 2nd, 9 p.m, live and free on Channel 5.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed at my wife and saying completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.